Welcome one and all to the live stream / podcast episode. I'm joined with me today are the other 3 rabbit holes of YouTube that I've gone down, starting with the decisive cliffside forehead looking Tony.
Whoa, what's up, everybody? I'm Tony. I do things on the podcast right now. I am session prep, campaign prep Tony, story weaver Tony, and did we already say YouTube rabbit holes that we're going down? Is that what we said?
Yeah,
we did.
I'm not stalling. That's what we said. That's what we said. Okay.
I was so ready to just like say hi to people as they come in and then go into it.
Yeah.
I was doing it more as a joke, but then I just kept going. So then I was just oh, okay, cool.
Well, now we're here. So we passed the exit on the highway. Here we are.
Yeah.
So we're one exit past that.
Yep.
So my favorite YouTube poop rabbit hole that I like to go down, favorite YouTuber, is Skeet Hansen, who catches child predators because fuck them guys. And yeah, he's really funny about it, and he does it in a professional-esque way with the right amount of trolling, but actually gets people charged who have done some serious wrong. That's mine. That's mine. What about you, J-Man?
Hello one and all. I am J-Man, aka Jared, aka Past Life Armos. And my rabbit hole that I go down sometimes is any kind of music-related ones, I would say. So, for instance, there's a few, like, what are they called? Anthony Fantano, that reviews music, or the Emily Hopkins, or just listening to music.
Emily Hopkins is amazing.
Yeah, right? I don't
She's
know
the basketball content creator.
Question about your YouTube thing.
Have you ever seen that?
Question about your YouTube rabbit hole. What do you think about musical apologies with ukuleles from famous YouTubers?
That's a tough one. I like to watch the reviews about
I'd rather
them.
not bring light to that kind of content.
Sorry. You're absolutely right. My bad. I just couldn't help it.
You're giving bad people good press.
Speaking of passing it along, Dan.
Hello, everybody. I am Dan. I played Minas Pebblewalker of the Ivory Boulders. We'll be playing someone else in Campaign 2. And I am the paintball drama of this YouTube rabbit hole.
Bro, I just watched the whole thing about it.
Did you?
It about the guy who invented shockers, the gun?
Oh, dude.
What's the company that makes them? I'm trying to remember. Anyways, I watched the whole thing about how, it was great.
Yeah, I'll be perusing YouTube. I'll do my normal stuff like Emily Hopkins. I watch Emily Hopkins a lot, and I'll do like Rhett and Link and a bunch of those. But then once in a while, I'll just get this random thing that pops up on the bottom of my screen that's like, this guy yelled at me and then throws paintball grenade at me or something like that. So I started following I went down this rabbit hole one night till like 2 a.m. watching paintball and airsoft drama videos where these guys yell at each other.
Yeah, dude.
And they're trying to get each other kicked out. That kind of stuff. I don't know what it is. I just get really hyper involved.
Or the guys that bring GoPros and sniper rifles and ghillie suits and record them sniping people with an airsoft gun.
This was a thing.
Love that.
Oh, bro.
Oh, yeah. It's fun.
And every time they hit someone, they make the Call of Duty 3.
I have seen
4
those videos. Like
little sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, you're probably listening on Spotify right now, but if you are listening on Spotify and are in the live chat, we're going to say hi to a bunch of you. That's right, Calypso E3 Pi. That's how I'm going to say it. Typort 816, Master Wolf Nathan, Dana Bentley, ST Double D's, Knockback, Cryptic, and
Dewdrop.
Welcome to the chat. If you were not listening live, make sure to go over to Twitch.tv.
Oh, Dan.
Oh, it says One Piece card game. Change it.
Wow.
Change it.
Oh,
you need to change it to
God, I am a
Dungeons and
terrible
Dragons,
man.
bro. What are you doing,
Okay,
dude?
Look,
Listen,
Dan
it's
doesn't
been a
have the
while.
hours we
Oh
have
my
in
God.
Twitch.
I just got back from Pennsylvania.
We got a newbie
Okay.
on the sticks over here.
What a loser, dude. He didn't even...
Listen, we realized it was 9 o'clock. We went. This
You know,
is where we are.
who's running this show when One Piece is the category right now.
Uh-huh.
That was Alec.
Mm-hmm.
You did it too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I didn't do the
Kick
last
your whole
one.
addiction on Alec. Come on.
Oh,
We all
that's
have
great.
serious card
You
game
guys-
addiction issues here that all need to be addressed.
All right, well, I changed the name of the stream. Tony, introduce what we're doing today to the chat, and let's get into this.
All right, here's what we're doing. Let's talk about it and why it's doing the thing we're talking about. We are doing essentially a Campaign 1, Campaign 2 Q&A as we are ramping up for Campaign 2. And in case you haven't been getting the alerts, the first session drops on November 18th. That is the first episode of Campaign 2. That is when it's going live. We are going to be hitting the ground running very soon with recording. Right now, we are still we are finalizing character backstories and finishing world prep right now. And we're going to talk about some of those things. We're just off the bat, we are not going to answer any questions about player characters tonight. That is going to be its own thing, so don't ask questions about, well, you're going to do it anyway. But, we're not going to talk about who Dan, Alec, or Jared is playing in Campaign 2. So we're not going to be talking about those just yet.
Correct.
But do we know? Can we say that?
Do we know? Yeah. I mean, we're finalizing.
Oh, we fucking know, and we're so excited. I can't wait.
I'm pretty
I
excited.
can't wait. I'm so
I've only
excited.
planned this character out for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's no big deal. We haven't
It's
been
funny. Sorry.
We haven't been just, endlessly staying up all night or waking up early and writing lore for it to then crumple it up, throw it away, and then all of a sudden do it again the next day. Yeah, we're totally fine.
Well, Alec is on the way, by the way. Right now, he's saving the world, literally.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's correct.
he is running a little bit late because of his job. Californians, you know how it is. But yeah, so he's going to be joining us very shortly, hopefully. And-
Question real quick, sorry to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to be able to bring him in?
Yep.
Oh, really? Nice. With live we can.
Are you sure, Dan? Because this will be your 5th blunder before 9 o'clock, all right?
First of
Or
all,
night.
it'll be my 7th blunder. Get it right.
Fair enough.
Third of all, I'm still doing the title, so keep talking.
No, okay. All right, Tony, kick us off with what we're doing today.
Something stalling, something.
Something
Pathetic.
something
I
you
don't-
can talk. Just talk about what's
Oh,
going on.
yeah, you're
man.
right.
No, no.
All right. Here's the other 3 compliments I've gotten in the past couple
No,
days.
wait. I have something to say about that. So, before we get into questions and stuff, so here's what we're going to do. Oh, just a note to what Dan said, because now I'm mega scatterbrained.
Welcome to our recording process. This is what it's
this
like.
is totally that. This is why we do everything in post. Because it's this shit for fucking 3 hours.
So good.
But to
Oh.
Dan's comment about his character he's been contemplating for 2 years, I've been doing the same thing for the BBEG of Campaign 2, and I am very excited to play him. Them? Her?
All right. Looks like we are in D&D realm now. That's weird.
Looks like we're pinkies up and ready to go.
Yes. So we have a couple of preloaded questions. So we have a couple of questions from our Discord, a couple of questions we have asked on our Instagram, and we are also going to be taking questions from the chat as well, in that order. So we're going to go anything from our Discord first, then to our Instagram, and then anyone who's just chilling in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Who's be asking questions. We will be taking questions from Campaign 1 and Campaign 2. A lot of the information will be limited for Campaign 2 because we're going to be talking about it as the weeks go on leading up to the first session. And just to reiterate, we are not talking about Campaign 2 characters yet, although they are 95% locked in. We're just crossing T's, dotting I's.
Before we get into it, I may have blundered some of the technical stuff, but you guys need to be in the middle of your camera.
I don't know
You
where my
should
middle
be in
is.
view for people.
Wait, which way is middle?
Tony's like, so today we're gonna.
Now I'm not allowed. Hold on, wait.
Hang on. There's a delay, and I don't know which way's which anymore. Okay, I need to go.
I'm getting motion.
Thank you, Weebson.
I need to go
for
this
the
way.
Follow. Oh, Mr.
First time
Salmon,
chatter, Jarvis.
First time follower.
Damn dim. Does your chili have
Nathan?
beans in it? Fun fact, I had beans for dinner.
Cinder Slime. Hammer Web. Got a bunch of followers coming in. I appreciate it, y'all.
Look at y'all.
My chili will always have beans in it.
Yeah, I mean,
Is it
I
chili
feel like,
without beans?
Yes.
or is it no? You know what it is? It's soup.
It's
Chili
about
is
the
soup. That's
wetness to thickness ratio.
Oh my god! I'll give you wetness to thickness ratio, bro. It chili is a soup. Okay.
So if you guys don't know, there was a big discussion about doing soups for our three for the longest time, and I was so against it until I looked up what are soups, and number 7 on the list was chili, and I was like, I'm doing that one.
It became a
That
big
was it.
argument.
You're right. You're right. You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
It was.
All right,
For
what's
sure.
the first question that we're answering today, Tony?
Okay. All right. All right. We're doing it right now. I totally got it up, ready to go, prepared, and answered. I did not. Okay. I should have definitely. I
Hot
have
dogs or
questions. Yes.
tacos?
Yes. Yes. Wait, is a hot dog a taco?
Yes. Next question.
This is great. It's already hard enough with just the 3 of us to keep all of us in check. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, wait
each
till
one of us in
Alec
check.
joins.
But then
Alright.
we have chat like distracting us too. This is great. This is great. we're you know what we're
Cinder slime, cereal.
practicing for the big leagues. This is what's happening.
All right,
It's good.
you
So-
answer
so-
that while I go get a beverage.
Okay.
Cereal is soup. Oh my god, I want to change my answer. Cereal all day.
Yeah, it's a cold soup, dude.
Oh man, I messed
Cold
up on that.
Well, I got a question for you while we're on cereal. We'll wait for Dan to come back before we ask the first question by Annie Master.
Good
do
question.
when you make cereal, do you pour milk first or cereal first?
No
Right, right.
no one pours milk first. No one pours milk first.
Well,
There's
I
no
have
way.
several people in my inner circle who I now want to push out of because they do
Yeah.
milk.
Okay, when I
first.
said answer a question, I meant answer a real question about our campaign.
This is a real question. We were waiting for you to return.
This
Daniel,
is a friendship
okay?
question. Before we
Yeah.
can even move on,
So,
we got to
I'm
know
gonna play-
this about everybody.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Maybe present this
Inner
question in
circle's
a different
compromised.
present this question in a
great.
different light. I don't agree with it, but I like playing devil's advocate. You put milk first, so that when you put cereal on top, it doesn't get soggy, and you scoop from the bottom up.
See, I'm the mindset that I want it to get a little soggy, so
I
that
agree.
it's easier to eat. Like if you try to do a frosted flake, just all natty, just scoop. Oh, you're gonna mess
It's
up your
like
whole
taking
mouth. Day.
pre-workout raw, dude. Yeah, no, I totally get it. Right there with you.
Milk
Yo,
first.
we got
on
them
the
soft
second
teeth,
bowl.
dude.
Okay. Whew. This is great. I
For
love
the
this
second
so
one
much.
first.
Calm down.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
Calm down.
First
calm down.
question
I'm not upset. Don't
about
get-
campaign 1. Dan got soft teeth, so he likes to get his cereal real soggy. What? The first question by
You know what?
Annie
Let's just
Master.
roast each other for an hour. Let's just do that.
Oh God. I'm not gonna read those comments right now because we're gonna get off the rails. But Dana and Damn Dim coming in with some great roasts.
Listen, pro cereal tip: freeze the bowl the day before. Just,
Oh my
man,
God.
perfect. Okay, first question by Annie Master. Annie Master, Annie. We call him Annie. What was the inspiration behind Reginald's voice? It literally, I'm not even kidding, flew out my ass. I just like, oh, how do I do demon without destroying my vocal cords? And it just kind of came like that. And it's, if anyone catches it or has caught it, Miranor's voice and Reginald's voice are actually the same. I just position my lips differently to give it a different inflection.
Let's see the position now that we have.
So,
a
like,
video.
this is Reginald. I talk really.
Let's see it.
Hey, what's up, Armus? I get my lips real low. Like this. So this is what you don't see because it's audio. But I'm like, hey, what's up, Armus? How's it going? Yeah, but, you got a little hay? Yeah, you know. Now when I do Miranor, my lips get real high, like a gargoyle on a perch. Like, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? So that's how I do Miranor's voice. And it's really just lip position.
And that's what we had to watch for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should give him a quick example of what we look like as we speak as our characters. Jared,
Yeah.
hit him.
Done, perfect. Wow. Nailed it, dude. Nailed it. Fucking never left. Never left.
Still got it.
Still got it.
Woo!
My voice is always just slightly more regal, deeper version of my own voice. Ha! I'm Minas. That's right. I am better than everyone. What was I supposed to say, Armors? How was I supposed to say? I'm the boss man.
Boss man. Yep.
I'm the boss
You got it.
man. And you will bow down before me. It's just a little more arrogance and deepness, I guess.
Sarah's lip positioning is a crazy thing to say. It's true. It's called voice acting. It's called being a professional.
It's called vacting.
Yeah.
That's
What?
the professional term. Don't look it up.
Yep.
Vacting?
We're not going to
Next
explain it. We're going to move on.
What is vac? Should I do this in a private
That's a
search,
questionable
Dan?
Google right now. I'm just going to say.
I made it up. Move on.
Did you mean vacating? Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Good.
Okay.
Arrogance
Next
equals
question. Next question. How much time do you spend on preparing for each session? I do it mostly week to week. So, whenever I prepare for the campaign, in between arcs where we do Minus's journal, I'll know like a few sessions before. So when I do an arc, I will come up with an overall theme for the arc, and where I would like to see the arc end, kind of like a bullet point guide. Like they're going to go to A to B. Basically, how do they go from A to Z? And B through Y changes constantly depending on session to session, depending on choices. But I make like a rough outline, but Z is like, this is where I want the arc to end because it progresses the story and gets into the next area. So once I do that, that takes about 2 weeks to prep because I'm thinking ahead like 20 sessions. But when it comes to the sessions within an arc, it's usually on a week-to-week basis because of the choices and the pace that they're moving. Very rarely have I ever told the guys, be like, hey, listen, we need to leave this area to progress the story. I think that's happened like maybe one or twice and relatively early on because we kind of got like a flow. But I will say to my own strength, I'm very good at improvising that type of stuff, so it comes a little more naturally to me. It's yeah, that's pretty much. So about a week or so, and then most of that time it's just like map making or coming up with voice lines. Like if I need something to be said in a very specific way, that's a bulk of my time, is making sure that is said clearly and information I want to give to the guys is portrayed properly so they can remember it and connect the dots later. That's the hardest part.
So with all that in mind,
Fuck
What do
you, Dana. How you going to hit me with that question? I'm so sorry, Jared, all right? Fuck you, Dana.
That's what I was laughing at, too. I was looking over that while you're talking.
with all that in mind, what are you doing different going into campaign 2? Is there any new prep work that you're thinking of? Any new apps that you're trying to utilize? Any new name generators for NPCs that you're trying to think about?
As far as random NPCs go, I will go back to Xanathar's Guide to Everything for random names. For NPC names, I've actually hot take here. So I come up with like a name scheme that I like, and then I talk to ChatGPT for a while to give me different variations of a name. I'll be like, I'll use a League of Legends character because it's on top of my head, Cho'Gath. I'll be like, yo, give me variations of the name Cho'Gath for this type of species or race. And then I'll look from there and be like, okay, I like it. And then I'll like mix and match. Like I'll take half a name and then match it with another half a name. It makes it so much easier because I feel like I've used so many unique names for like random NPCs that like the ones I really want to put thought in and create on my own are like the big ones. So like the BBG, the main people they're going to be seeing in campaign 2, those are the ones I'm trying and using my own mental energy for. When like reoccurring shop owners, I might get some AI help with like my own flair to it.
I'm gonna move Tony to the middle because he's doing more of
the. Excuse me. I will say that the thing that I want to do that to keep up with your NPCs and things like that is I want to start generating a like kind of almost like a wiki page or like a like some kind of biopic that we can like someone can be like, oh hey wait, who's that character real quick, and type it into our like website or something. That's something I really want to try to get this second campaign. The first campaign, it was just by the time we even thought about it, we were like, there is just no way. So hopefully that's something we might be able to accomplish, which would be cool.
Yeah. Tony, keep answering questions. I just did want to let chat know before the next question. Keep putting your questions in here. I'm going to write down a bunch of your questions, and we'll get to those at the end after Tony's done with his. So if you don't hear an immediate response to your question, don't worry. I'm probably writing it down.
Yes, so we're doing Discord questions first, then Instagram questions, and then we're going to be doing live chat questions.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are we also live on YouTube right now, or just Twitch?
Just Twitch.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had the correct chat up.
This will be live. This will not be live, but it'll be on YouTube.
Later.
Another question is directed at me. Well, that's what it's about. When I do get to be a player, do you have a preference for melee or ranged characters? My two favorite classes are wizard and fighter in that order. But when I do play fighter, I tend to do a bow fighter. So I would say ranged, but wizard all time ranged magic caster, my favorite class to play. And then bow fighters are always fun. I like to play a kobold archer, sharpshooter, real cheese, while using like when I play a one shots, when I play fighters is a kobold battle master ranged fighter, because I use the battle master tree as like spells to buff allies while just trying to DPS as much as I can. Play more of a support role in that way. That's another question by Annie. Then I got another question by Drell. It's a two-parter. Who was your favorite PC and why was it Drell? It was not Drell. My favorite play character probably was Armos, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. For character growth reasons. That's right.
He went a long ways.
He did go a long way.
Or was it because it was half Reginald in there?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
No, I think the way that it I still listen to that ending and get chills because I'm just like, oh, it wrapped up so perfectly.
It did. And the main reason why I say your character is because your character's backstory was a blank canvas because we just didn't. Like, it was your first time playing D&D.
I had no idea what to do.
Yeah. And it took me a while to figure out a drive for your character, and that was the most challenging part, and I like doing that.
Yeah.
And I think it fell together. Like, the original backstory stuff I had written for you was totally scrapped, and it was like a trash can filled with paper balls. So I was just like, nope, this is garbage. No, this is garbage. This isn't going to motivate him. No, this is fucking doo-doo. And
yeah.
So it was fun in that way.
It was pretty cool. Oh, look who it is! King of the Muffin Man himself.
Yeah, excuse me. What do you mean it wasn't Drell, bro? What do you mean?
Get bent, dude.
I've been ready for 10 minutes, and I was waiting to join until after you answered this question.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So funny. What's up, Alec? Everybody welcome Alec to the live stream. Right on time, baby.
Bro. Wow.
Right on time. There he is.
Plot twist. I was waiting the whole time.
Yo, what's your what was the three of again? What did we say? What's your favorite YouTube poop hole? Or wait, hold on.
What is your favorite YouTube rabbit hole that you go
This
down?
is your
favorite YouTuber's poop hole, brother?
Oh my god. Oh my
What's your
God.
favorite YouTuber?
Oh my god.
YouTube rabbit hole.
I was gonna say
YouTube
there's a
rabbit
difference
hole, yeah,
between
yeah.
my favorite YouTuber and my favorite YouTube rabbit hole. It's easily the lawn mowing guys. The guys that
Oh,
go
yeah,
around
that's
to
a good
like
one.
That's a great
houses
one.
and
That's
like
a great idea.
clear
Yeah.
out the lawn mow, like all the stuff. That's my favorite.
In another life, I'd be doing that for sure. I think that stuff is so cool.
I love it.
Yeah. I've watched many of our. The before and afters. Oof. It's lovely.
Next question by Knockmock. How do you incorporate patron NPCs when you're doing the campaign? Do you do it after, before a few sessions from where you're at? So, okay, so we did a cutoff with the Patreon NPCs around episode 70. So when I get the character, they tell me what they want. The only thing that's really subject to change is like if you give me like a guild or a cult your character is a part of, that's subject to change by me to make it fit into the story. Depending on what your character is, it could be planned like 50 sessions from now. I want to make it so your character fits into the environment that you've given me and in a place where it progresses the story. We had, I forget the names off the top of my head, we had 2 Patreon supporters that waited like 50 episodes before they actually got introduced because of the nature of their character. And I did that because they pushed the story immensely. So if it just depends where we're at in the campaign, if I can fit them in within the next episode or 2, great. If I feel like I'm not going to get to your character for a long time, I will let you know that. But I have always also messaged the Patreon supporters that once they're in and we've recorded the session with them, we let them know what episode they're going to appear in, like up to 3 weeks before, I think, just to get them hyped.
Yeah. It's really fun. Especially when they're reoccurring. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, I try to give everyone equal amount of time, but there's definitely some people that have returned more than others because of the choices that the players have made. Can't help that. But yeah, so good. No, there was no favoritism among Patreon NPCs, so I tried to do my best with that. Then we got another question here. How do you deal with writer's block, and what's the best way to get back to writing? Treadmill. I do all my creative thinking on a treadmill or long walks. And I use music to the scenario that it's in. So some of the episodes are actually named after songs that inspired me. So, for example, spoiler alert, Hangar 18, you bet your sweet bippy I was listening to Megadeth the entire time while writing that segment. So that's a prime example of that. But treadmill.
One of the things that shower thoughts are like a thing. I'm always like, I'll be in deep thought, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, I gotta write that down. He's like, Siri, write that down. It's always a big one.
Okay, those are the Discord questions. We're now going to go over to the Instagram questions. We got a few on Instagram. We're going to start from the first one. This is about the Kickstarter, which is good. This is good information. I just got it. This is from Stan Honus. I just have to ask, when am I getting my stuff that I helped pledge to the Kickstarter? And the short answer is when it's ready. The long answer is we are currently working on it to get it to you as soon as possible.
Yep. I can give
Jared
a little
has
bit
more
more
information.
So after a week, we can send out the pledge manager. So what that does is that it goes out and will say, hey, you need to make sure that your addresses are correct and things like that. And then it will ask for like shirt sizes and all the specifics on each thing. So we're still waiting on 4 people to reply before we can then move to the next stage. We're currently working on all the other pieces that go along with it. So there's new graphics that need to be made up, shirt designs, things like that we need to get solidified. And then once I just had a question. You know what? I'll answer a question. How about this? I had someone also in the Discord say, how long will the Kickstarter be open? So you can do late pledges. And we're going to take late pledges for probably a month by the time this is aired. And then that will lead up to when we first start to submit our order in for shirts and things like that. And then during that, we're going to submit it all at once. And then after that, we'll probably close it. So you have up until that point. It's a lot. Like, I didn't realize how much work it was, but I'm excited for it. But yeah, that's about all the information we got so far. We will be doing more updates every week on the Kickstarter. So if you want to know more, make sure to hit a follow on there, and then you'll get all the info.
Something to note is that the Chaos Dice does not go away if more people support with money. So if we reach more goals, we do more punishments. So
Oh yeah.
that is,
And there's also stretch
something.
goals that are still there.
There are some stretch goals as well, some hidden things, some surprises, and I will have a mystery sort of announcement at the end of this. But until then, I think maybe we're ready for the next question and answer.
Yes. This next question comes from one of my boys, Mike. When do we get a new DM? How dare you? That's my answer. This next one comes from Kate. What came first, the idea of Sid or Minus's last name?
That's interesting.
That is a good question.
It
Holy
is.
shit. I don't
And
even
there is
know
an
the
answer. There is an answer.
It has to be.
Minus's last name came first.
Yes.
That was just part of the pun. So I was like, when I was making my character, I've probably talked about this a lot already, but for anybody that doesn't know, Minus is just sounds like Minnie. So I was like, Minus sounds great, and it's kind of like Theseus and the Minotaur. So I was like, Theseus, Minus sounds good. And then in clans, oftentimes you have a last name that is given to you, or a nickname, or a title that is given to you based on how you act in the tribe or achievements you've had. And so I thought Pebble Walker would be funny because he's a tiny guy walking on pebbles, sneaking around, acting as a scout for the tribe. So that came first just because I was like, what should his last name be? I'll make it something kind of meaningful to how he walks around, his stature,
And then you just happen to level up, and then all of a sudden you were like, oh, Swarmkeeper, wait. And then that's where Sid was born, or how did that come about?
Well, I knew I was going to be Swarmkeeper from the beginning. Tony and I
okay.
struggled on what kind of subclass I should be. We struggled on that for a while. And I didn't know any of the subclasses, and it wasn't until, as we started recording that I found the Swarmkeeper Ranger. And that's when I mentioned it to Tony. I was like, here are the basic stuff they say you could do for your swarm. But I think it'd be cool to have, little rock blights is how I first described it to Tony. But I did leave it up to Tony to kind of visualize those creatures and give them to me in the story. So, that's something Tony can talk about.
No, I remember that conversation going, how can I really piss you off, Tony? And I was like, well, give me 1 million NPCs, dude. And you were like, yeah, let's do that, Swarmkeeper. And I was like, well, cool, awesome. And then that's what we did. Originally, we did have a great idea, and I jumped the gun way too soon. It was going to be the snake was going to be like your swarm, or like your spear guide, the snake from Arc 1. And then you're like, the moment's
that
gone.
would have
So
been awesome.
yeah,
That would have been really funny. Yeah.
when I was coming up with a design for Sid, like a finalized, how do I make this work? Shout out to League of Legends, Maokai. Maokai's little the little twig
Tree
blights that he
saplings?
throws.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, tree
saplings.
saplings.
They're called
Maokai.
saplings, bro. I don't even play League.
Back when I hated my life and I played League of Legends every day, when I really just wanted to hate life, Maokai was a go-to character for me, so that was really came out. Well, yeah, great question, Kate. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. The next question comes from Anthony Pizza. What would one of your new and old characters' pet peeves? I think you worked
New
through this
and
with-
old characters' pet peeves.
What would one of your new and old characters' pet peeves? So what are your pet peeves? Or one of your new and old characters?
I'm gonna guess that it's directed at all of us.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So,
But is this like in-character pet peeves or like pet peeves about characters?
I'll just freestyle it. Let's just see what happens. I'll say that one thing that I didn't like about Armos is that I didn't have wasn't able to like do a voice at the beginning. So then it didn't like halfway through I was like, oh man, I really wished I had a voice, and which was like 2 years in, and then by the end of it, I couldn't imagine doing something else like Dan and Alec were doing. But that's what I want to work on for this this next campaign, is to do something like that. But as far as like Armos pet peeves, it was hard to play him like he's supposed to not be able to get one up on, but I felt like but there's times where you just need it to happen, you know? And I'm like, okay, well, so I think that was a little tough. It was a bold stance that we said at the beginning, and then it was hard to like role play that like later on type of situation, which I made sure not to do in the next campaign. But what about you, Dan?
Menace's pet peeves are pretty standard ones. There are definitely things like littering, you know? There's like people who litter. Like, if I think about my real life personality, I hate people who throw like cigarette butts out the window as you're driving. Irritates the heck out of me.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's just like, he doesn't like lying. He doesn't
I feel like
liars.
I specifically remember you throwing a lot of things as Menace.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't want this anymore. Yeah. Like, you did that so many times, I feel.
Maybe I did. Like, what specifically?
I
the
can't
one
think of
the
anything.
mace.
Oh, I threw that in
Julius-
anger. Remember?
Yeah, but I just feel like I have to go back and listen. I feel like you have littered as your character, though.
Maybe I have.
I could be totally right. Just,
Maybe I have.
Yeah, I was trying to think that I don't remember that ever coming up, but it's an interesting.
That Mace moment was hilarious. Well, maybe we'll talk about that when we're doing my interview.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Alec, you got any character pet peeves?
So I think I saw it. I had to close Twitch real quick just because it was like kind of being buggy. But one of my character pet peeves, I guess one of my things about my character, if we go that way, kind of just because Armos was like talking about like not doing a voice, it kind of answers this question. I think my pet peeve was the fact that I actually multi-classed and I kind of regretted doing it. I think for the story, it was really good. Like, I liked the dragon, inner dragon plot line. But looking back, I think I probably would have thought it would have been really cool to be a level 20 fighter. And I think it might have just been an overall, I think, more fun experience. I think Barbarian was a good choice of if I was going to multi-class and like what level to do it at to like get those perks. But I
this
think
is a
like
pet peeve.
yeah, it's a pet peeve because like it like bothered me. And I think that's like right, like it bothered me. But I
hate when I'm
couldn't,
not
like,
a level 20 fighter all the time.
yeah, because I wanted to attack 4 times. So I think it was a pet peeve for me. I wanted to be able to like attack 4 times at the end, and I kept like every time I'd level up, I'd be like, well, I'm not putting that fucking.
This sounds more like a regret than a pet peeve. But
Okay, well, it was a mix of both. All right, how about that?
Yeah.
We'll do it that way.
fair. Mine's pretty quick. Pet peeves about characters when people decide to play like robots or like people like if your character's personality is the fact that he has no personality, that's a huge pet peeve of mine. That's from a DM's perspective. I'm not saying that character can't be done funny and well. There's definitely perfect examples of it, But like that's why I hate oh my god, what are the war bots called? I'm drawing a blank.
Warforged.
Warforged. Yeah, that's why I hate. Usually 90% of the time, I hate Warforged players because they're like, "Oh, I'm a kill bot."
I was going to
my
say
character for the next 4 years.
Warforged isn't inherently bad, but you get a lot of players that just play it like a robot.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's my pet peeve.
Adios, Turg Nuggets. We'll see you later.
We got another last question on Instagram. Are we getting a mascot again, like Sid and Reginald? So, I could say confidently that no,
Wait.
we're not going to start out with anything like that. Sid was born by the campaign, but no, we're not. There's not going to be an end. I'm
A
not playing
pre-written-
another Reginald, if that's what the question is. Yes. However,
Maybe.
however, if one gets picked up and is a goblin
I
now
mean,
part of the party,
If someone just takes animal handling and charms a snake, maybe.
it's just gonna be me like. I don't know. Yeah, that's the last. So no, short answer no, but subject to change. And that's the last question for Instagram. So, Dan, I believe you have some questions already written down from the chat.
Yep.
Because they have been scrolling and commenting and talking for quite a while.
Yeah. We're going to get through these. If you guys have any questions, start writing them down now because we are going to answer them a bit, and then we'll be heading out shortly so that we can post this for the people that didn't make it to the live, obviously, tomorrow. The first one, you kind of already answered. Dewdrop 66 said, "Are you planning on having another NPC join the party?" That might have been in reference to Reginald. So, I'll just kind of tack on to what Tony said. I think it's something that will add naturally if it happens, but we're not trying to force it to be like that every single campaign.
Yeah, never say never. Exactly.
I mean, someone could all of a sudden, multi-class, something that all of a sudden has a familiar of some sort. So
True.
it could happen. Could happen.
Just won't be me.
Yeah.
I think if that happens, I played Reginald very obscure. I did not use him as like a guide. I may have towards the end of the campaign I pointed out hey, what's this thing over here? But I didn't use it as hey, let's go over here. I think if I were to play another character, depending on what it is, I think he might be more like that, just to help move things along if the guys were stuck. I think that's
Would you
what I
play more as a Sid character, or would you play more as a Reginald character? Because I feel like what you're explaining is Sid as opposed to Reginald.
yeah,
Something that's just here, point.
I feel like there's so many D&D podcasts that have the mascot animal where they just go where they make funny noises and point in a direction, and then you guys come to a conclusion, which is something I want to avoid. I'm not trying to be NADPOD. I'm not trying to be Dimension 20 because they do all that, and it works great for them. But I'm not trying to copy that. I'm trying to be unique by it. So maybe a more of a Reginald aspect. I like talking, and I think it's funnier for dialogue.
Yeah. Love it. So Cinder Slime, this is more of a comment that I just wanted to add in because I liked it. I used to listen 2 years ago and refound you guys. I've watched episodes 1 through 60 in the last week. XD. I'm getting caught up before campaign 2. That's exciting, Cinder Slime.
Nice.
Get caught up because
ready.
some crazy stuff happens, and even crazier stuff is going to happen in campaign 2.
Yeah.
Thank you for everybody that's been re-listening. By the way, I've seen some of the comments in Discord and elsewhere talking about re-listens because obviously we don't have our main campaign going until November, but it's been a really good ride already, and we cannot wait to push it into campaign 2 and go even harder there.
Pushing
Hairless
boundaries.
Bugbear asks, do you guys live close to each other and play in person?
No. No.
Oh my
Big
god.
no. We would
Man,
spread out
things
like
would
peanut
be
butter
so
and
much
jelly.
easier.
Yeah.
Things would be so much easier, but no.
It would be harder.
You think
Maybe?
so?
Yes.
No way.
So
I
to
would be
record in the
knocking on your guys'
same
door,
room,
being like, "Let's go, let's go."
I think we'd get more done out of podcast wise. We would get so much more done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like to set up a podcasting room, because you know we're going to be doing minis, you know we're going to be trying to get the fucking board set up.
Right.
It's just so much work. And honestly, if you don't have a bankroll for that shit, it's like not worth it. And I feel like we would be desperately trying to make it work. You know? And it prolongs so much. Like minis is great. Like when I play Dungeons and Dragons in real life, it's dice as characters and a dry erase board. I really couldn't care for minis, man. It just, as far as recording goes, it just bogs everything down so much.
Right.
And I feel like we would not get it done. I'd rather use a virtual tabletop over actual minis.
Yeah, I do
I
appreciate the virtual tabletop for sure.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Mad Russian Gamer. If they all moved close together, this is more of a comment. If they all moved closer together, I can see Tony on his hands and knees begging to be closer to Domino's.
True.
Yeah, no, he's right. Yeah, he's absolutely right. My Domino's isn't great over here.
Man.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
What a comment.
If we get big enough and famous enough where we can relocate and we all have to be near each other, then yeah, we'll make sure to be next to a Domino's.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Our headquarters will
good
have a Domino's
Domino's.
inside.
Good Domino's.
That kills me.
The last time I walked into a Domino's, the guy blew up my spot so hard. That was 2 years ago, and I'll never forget it. It was
What
on
do you mean?
Halloween. I went to go pick up my Domino's order because I didn't want to wait an hour. It was on Halloween, and I always order like 17 marinara sauces. I know it's a real fucking problem. And I walked in there, and the guy was like, "Oh, yeah, this is an order for Tony. Yeah, 17 marinara. Hey, yo, Joe, we got 17 marinaras." I'm like,
Damn. He
my
exposed the shit out of you, bro. That's what
Yo,
happened.
so hard. He handed me a brown bag, and I know the brown bag. I'm very familiar with the brown bag sauce. But, like, to get it after that, dude, it's like, oh, man. And there were so many people that day. I was so embarrassed, dude. It tasted
I
so
love
good,
that.
but I was so embarrassed.
That's great.
Got exposed.
It's wonderful.
All right, next question. STDDs. If your campaign was a Muppet movie, who would be the human actor in it? Jared.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
I was
just
gonna
saying
say, I would be the human. These three would be the Muppets running around like, whoa. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
for sure.
I
That was an
think
easy
that's
one.
accurate. Yeah.
I think with this campaign, yes. I think like because I feel like Armos had to be the a lot of the times the rational one. in a lot of
Debatable.
these.
Absolutely debatable.
Very debatable.
Yeah, debatable.
Armos was the rational one.
Yeah.
Give me the blood shards.
Oh,
Give me
really?
hide the blood shards.
Really? Let's debate.
Where do the other blood shards go?
Where the blood shards, man?
Yeah, where they at?
Definitely
That's
Armos.
great.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
Jared.
Mm.
Mad Russian Gamer. I haven't seen this question answered before, but did Alec ever consider multiclassing to be a mistake?
Yep.
Or do you plan on
Oh.
doing
That
was the
something
question I
similar
saw.
in the future?
Yeah, that was the question I saw.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
The answer was yes.
The answer was yes. To recap, yep.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
And that's not to say I won't do it again, but I have
Yeah.
now looked farther
You gotta
down
look-
like the line of levels
Yes.
for the class to be like, if I multi-class, am I cool with losing these things? If I would have looked at that first, I would have been like, I think attacking 4 times and then having 2 action surges. So what, attacking 12 times in a turn, I think would have been really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So,
I will say, if it makes sense in the story or your character's decisions, I will allow respecking at like a great timely cost of some time. So in this campaign, without spoiling too much, the Bastion, because we are using the 2024 rule set, so the Bastion system is in play. If you don't know what the Bastion system is, it's basically a house in D&D, and it's like a thing to use for downtime, and you could upgrade your Bastion to, like you could install a library, or you can install a forge or an armory. It's just very broad.
It's our Tarkov hideout, Jared. This is what it is.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
perfect. So I haven't decided what the cost is. I think I'm going to set weeks per level you reset, but it has to make sense with the character. So if, like, you're a warlock and you get Pact of the Fiend, I won't let you respec that because you made a deal with this demon, you know? But, like, if you're a fighter and you wanted to go from Battle Master to Champion, I would allow that because that's just a fighting style training preference, you know? So everything's going to have to go under a microscope with that stuff because I do want it to make sense with the character. That's my one thing I'm hard on when it comes to multi-classing and subclasses.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So there will be downtime mechanic in Campaign 2, and I feel like that's going to speed things up for, like, any of, like, the boring stuff of D&D for the podcast. So that's now an option, so respecing where it makes sense. Hopefully a little more forgiveness as you guys go.
Yeah. I got another banger question coming up.
Yeah.
ST-Double-D's back at it again with how much has The Sopranos influenced your creativity, Tony?
It has not, dude. All right? Listen,
That's a lie.
as someone who grew up... Okay, listen, my dad really idolized Tony Soprano for some fucking reason. And, you know, got the Escalade pickup and, oh, man, it was a fucking nightmare. But it has not.
I mean, you are named after him, right? So it's like it kind of just checks out.
I was born after, luckily, but I still was very young when it...
He was just like, yes.
Wait, so you don't? So you're saying you don't like the show at all?
I didn't say that.
That's what I thought.
I
I
do.
remember you like being freaking out on me one day because I was like, I've never seen it. I have no ambition to.
No, what was the thing? What was the thing, Dan, that Tony kept referencing unbeknownst to him in the
One
campaign?
Piece.
Was it One Piece?
Yeah, you kept making One Piece references without meaning to.
Yep, that's what it was.
He's a One Piece lover, and he
He
knows
reads the manga, dude. That's what it is.
I don't, dude.
Tony, just watch One Piece when they remake it. and
No,
it's short.
no.
All right.
The live action,
It's
yes.
easy. Yeah,
but
watch the
everything
live
else,
action.
no.
You'll
no.
kind of just get what's going on.
I did like the live action. The thing I hate about One Piece is the animation style.
Yeah, well,
I just-
once it's remade, it's gonna be different. So
Yeah.
It's not even done. Why is it being?
Because it's so old, man.
yeah, it's so old, and that animation style is different now.
Yeah, the new
All right.
animation is supposedly sick. I don't know. I
It's
haven't got there
crazy.
yet. I'm on episode like
It's insanity.
250.
What up, Bombface?
We can change the title back to One Piece if we need to.
Yeah,
let's
no,
do it.
no.
Yeah, let's just
Listen,
do it.
the
and
biggest
let's just
takeaway
work.
is that I have great ideas that you associate with one of the greatest animes ever made, which
Oh,
just shows
he
you that
resisted
my
greatest anime
brain
ever made.
is in. Well, it's a great anime. I don't like it, but I'm not gonna. I don't like Fortnite that much, but say it's a bad game is neither you nor there. I'm just saying that my
think
creative
Fortnite's
mind
a
is in the upper
mid-game.
echelon of creators out there. That's what I'm saying. Just being humble about it, straight up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just being humble, like a bull,
All right,
like
next
a bullfish.
question.
Next
You know what I'm
question,
saying?
dude. Next
For every
question.
example.
Yeah. CM Duckman94, is the Null God going to be in campaign 2?
Yanagu.
No, Armos actually flew off into the what is it? The sunset to go and find him. So he's definitely gone at this point. There's no way, right?
Does Armos kill a god? Maybe.
I think.
Yeah.
Has it happened?
Or maybe a good. If we ever revisit like a one shot of those characters down the line, maybe we turn that into a little mini adventure or something like that and see how it goes.
I like it.
That'd be a fun idea.
Yeah.
I have thought about that exact one shot where you guys fight Yanagu. But
Could be done.
could be. It could be like a hypothetical. I would like to do a hypothetical fights with the three guys. Like
Yeah.
the 3v versus Tiamat.
I mean,
or something
Drell
like that.
technically has already killed one god. Who's to say he just can't kill another one? So
You know what I want to do? I want to do Minas' wedding.
Oh yeah.
I want
I
to.
want to get married. Dude, just get married, bro. Like, there you go. It's like, you can live that life.
No, what we need to do is Menace's bachelor party and somebody goes missing.
That's a great idea.
Oh my gosh! And it's like
The
the
Hangover,
Hangover.
exactly like
5
that.
minutes.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yes. Oh man.
Oh, I
That would
love
be
that idea.
legendary.
All right, next question.
That's funny.
Typeport 816 is Alec going to get a mimic pet next round?
It was discussed, but no, I don't. Well, it's not in the cards right now. But we were thinking about something like that, but I don't know how it would go. I wish
Kill him again,
Alec.
dude. I'd do it. I would kill him
No.
again. Right on the spot. Right on the spot.
No, it
Evil
would be
DM.
Really setting the
invincible,
tone.
and you wouldn't be able to do it.
Well,
That's
Because I would
right.
just summon it again, and then what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Rest in peace,
Counterspell.
Boxy. Preflame 24 said, "Would live shows ever be possible?" Good place.
Surprise. We're live.
Surprise.
So,
but if you mean live one shots,
yes.
we'll probably do one for like our punishments we have to do for
Yep.
Kickstarter.
So our Kickstarter, we did unlock the one shot, which we will do, and we also unlocked the 12-hour stream that we're gonna have to do as well. So be on the lookout. We're gonna have to do something in those 12 hours.
Yeah, something.
So I can only guilty sock for so long.
Well, you're doing that in Discord.
Oh my gosh, I love that game.
And the final question, before we move on to maybe just generic stuff and the little exit here, is Mr. Man with Glass asked, "Can I see my family, or am I stuck in this editing suite till
Who
November
let you
18th?"
out? Who let you out? Get back in there.
Get back in your cage!
If I catch you, out of there one more time.
So those who don't know, Glass is our editor, and he's going to be. That was one of the unlocks that we had for our Kickstarter. So that was kind of the
Not the
whole
door.
goal of our Kickstarter was to hopefully get an editor and be able to free up the time for Dan and Tony, who have been kind of doing it for the last 4 years. You know,
Oh my God.
and so they'll still have parts that they'll do, but Glass will be able to do it, which will be awesome. So shout out to Glass.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay! I'm really excited. He's an
Oh,
amazing
so
editor.
am
He's gonna
I.
make this so
So am
good,
I.
dude.
Oh man. Oh man, I fucking hate editing so much. I fucking.
I don't hate it like Tony does, but it's
Oh.
hard when you're doing it every week.
Yeah.
So that brings us kind of to the close of the show. Before we really close out, Tony, I did just want to open it to you and ask if there are any small sneak peeks and tidbits you can share about Campaign 2, maybe things they could expect, that sort of thing from you as a DM, what the process is like, and so on.
I just had an idea. What if we gave like a little tidbit each stream that we do? Because we're gonna do how many more of these? 4 more? 3 more? 4 more? Right?
Yeah, so Tony will give his tidbit, then Jared will give his.
Should
I'll give mine next
I
time.
give out one of the overworld plots? Is
That's up
that
to you.
Good. I mean, I would have. It was the premise of the first
Yeah.
thing that they're going to hear in session.
Maybe give them
Maybe
the
just-
concept. Like the
I would say just maybe
a
give a symbol or
Yes, exactly, yeah,
you
like
know
a
what I mean?
symbol.
Like keep it one sentence, and then maybe the next stream
Sure,
we do another
I got
one.
the
You know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
the perfect category / phrase. All right, if you know, you know. Primordial war machine. If you know, you know. That's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay.
I think only old heads would really know that term. But yes, Kyogre. You know what? Your head's in the right spot. Your head's in the right spot. You're not too far off. It is bipedal. I'll give you that too.
Bipedal.
It is bipedal. Not Kyogre, the other one. The other shit talker.
To the other shot. And then Tony, give us a little dive into the process. What the process is like right now, building campaign 2, and like what you learned from campaign 1, bringing over into campaign 2.
Yeah. So what I did wrong in campaign 1 was the world map. Is I defined the world map before we even did the first session, only to like discover 30 to 40% of it. So the first campaign takes place primarily in South Trillis. They then go to the North Trillis and parts of the Kambuki Isle, where they only seen like snippets of those continents. But like South Trillis, I had all these great towns, events, scenarios planned out that we never even like got to even talk about. And so this new campaign, because I was talked out of it. We were gonna do the second. I want to do the second campaign in South Trillis again, but on the southern half of it, because mainly it was on the north half. But we decided to use the whole new continent that hasn't been explored, the Heartland. So the Heartland is now being built from the ground up for campaign 2, and maybe we'll visit South Trillis continent in a future campaign, or so on and so forth.
Or maybe this one, if it leads us there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Entirely possible.
Episode
So the
1, we want to go to South Trillis.
Campaign 2 takes place 404 years after Campaign 1, after I won't spoil the last episode, after the events of the final episode of Campaign 1. And the Heartland is now habitable. Knock Mock is on.
Eyeballs.
I won't say what he said, but yes, it's 404 years in the future from Campaign 1, and we are doing a new type of story structure, so there's going to be a reoccurring town that happens a lot, kind of like a home base, if you will, where the players will web out from, and they'll have like a focus point to return to. And the reason why we wanted to do this type of campaign is so reoccurring NPCs have more time to shine. So it's not going to be like a Lord of the Rings style campaign where they go from point A to point Z, pretty much walking to Mordor. It's going to be like they're going to go out, handle some business at point B, maybe go to point C, but need to return back to point A to take care of their affairs or whatever issues they may have going on. And the other thing I'm keeping track of is the time system. So there was time in the first campaign, but we are being more strict now. So we are following the calendar of Harptos, which can be found in the player's handbook or the DMG. You can Google it. So like if the characters are out for 3 weeks, 3 in-game weeks will pass. All the holidays will line up. If they need to be somewhere on a specific date, 2 weeks from whatever they're playing in session, then they need to make sure they're actually back in time, or the thing will pass that they have scheduled or whatever. So we are going to be focusing more on time frames. So when we do time skips, there's an actual calendar that they will need to follow. You know? So if they know about a heist that's happening exactly 10 days from now, they have 10 days to prep, or they can go out and handle some other stuff, but need to be back for the heist that's happening within that time frame. Or they miss it, and then time goes on. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And those are the changes I'm making for Campaign 2.
It's pretty good. Do we each want to go through and say like one word or one sentence for our character?
We'll do that on each of our specific
Okay.
Exactly.
I was about to say, I just thought of one and I was like, oh, I got the perfect word for it.
Save it. Definitely save it.
Save it.
All right. I think that's going to close it out for us. I do have a suggestion, recommendation. Everybody should go watch the amazing movie, by the way, maybe one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life, called Eagles Are Turning People into Horses. It is it is free to watch on YouTube. It was a final project for some NYU students. One of them is married to one of the Marvel chicks. I forget her name. She does the blue girl from Marvel. And no, not Mystique.
The blue girl.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Nebula.
Nebula, thank you. Nebula. It is the reason I thought of it is because there's a line in that where the main character goes, "Get back in your cage," to someone just like we do now with Man with Glass. So go watch Eagles Are Turning People into Horses. Definitely watch it with some friends. It is kind of like a cult classic that you watch just to like laugh at. It is hilarious. You will not regret it.
Interesting.
All right.
Dan had made me watch that. Unfortunately.
Fortunately, best movie ever made.
Unfortunately.
Is it's got all the story structure you need, music, effects, like a masterpiece, really.
Oh my god. I'm
Cinema.
gonna subject them to that.
It's very much like
watch
you
Red vs.
love.
Blue.
You either love cult classics or you hate them. You know, it's one of those things. Like I love bad movies. I watch bad movies all the time with my friends.
No. That's something about Campaign 2. There's gonna be a lot of Australians.
Oh no.
No.
I'm
can't
from
go.
Australia. Or nor.
Don't start singing that song. It's gonna get stuck in my head.
I'm Hunter Biden.
No.
Dad.
No,
George.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Everybody give your most Tony goodbye.
Wait, what?
Gabagool. Right? It's pretty on par, right? I think I did a great job.
You know what? Your
You know what?
sister's ass, alright? How about that? Fuck.
Hey, Tony's like, if my mom had balls, she'd be my dad.
Cut it.